As the second wave of Covid-19 intensifies, President Yoweri Museveni on 18th June instituted new measures that included the 41 days of partial lockdown to curb large gatherings and movements of persons to reduce further infections of the pandemic. Unlike last year, during the first lockdown, when government distributed food to the urban poor, majority in Kampala metropolitan area, this time, relief will be distributed in form of cash to the most affected individuals. The Minister of Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baliomonsi, led a team of ministers on the task force to brief the country on how Cabinet intends to fulfill this through the Office of the Prime Minister and the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development.
Yesterday, 28th June 2021, Cabinet approved the proposal that I presented on behalf of the National Task Force to transfer to the vulnerable persons in urban areas who depend on daily earning, and their daily earning has been interrupted by COVID-19 containment, a total of 100,000 shillings net each. The purpose of this intervention is to be guided by nature of occupation.
The categories to benefit include bus, taxi drivers and conductors, boda riders, baggage carriers, wheelbarrow pushers, touts, traffic guides and loaders in taxi, bus parks and stages, and other major centers such as Chikubo. Others include barmen, DJs, barmaids, waiters and bouncers, bar, gym and restaurant workers, food vendors in bus, taxi parks and arcades, artists that include musicians, comedians, producers and promoters, boda riders, special hire and Uber drivers, saloons and massage parlor workers, teachers and support staff in private schools, and teachers in government schools not on government payroll will also be considered. Others will be car washers, slum dwellers, street vendors, shoe shiners and cobblers, orphans, and vulnerable children. According to the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Betty Amongi, registration targeting 507 households countrywide, 38% of which in Kampala Metropolitan, kicks off tomorrow up to 4th July.
However, I want to indicate that most of the data for these informal workers are already with the town clerks.
Minister Amongi further broke down how this money is expected to be spent.
Purchase of 20 kilograms of posho, and we have calculated a kilo of posho at 2,000, that gives you 40,000. Purchase of 10 kilograms of beans at 2,500, which gives you 25,000. Purchase of 1 bar of soap at 3,000. Purchase of 3 liters of cooking oil at 4,000 a liter, which gives you 12,000. And if you calculate that, will give you 80,000. Then we decided to add for you 20,000 for any other thing.
The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, said a total of 64.7 billion Uganda shillings has been set aside to cater for the same. Other sectors will also benefit from the 600 billion approved by Cabinet for Uganda to overcome the pandemic.
So health, 206, they are taking the lion's share, 0.4 billion. Security, 50.0 billion. Relief, which Honorable Minister in charge of that sector has been telling you, is 54.7 billion. Then local government, they will take 53.7, and then ICT 8.1 billion.
They will enforce SOPs. They will support, make sure that there is no criminality taking advantage of the lockdown. There must be protection of lives and the property of the people.
Up to 1,180 COVID-19 patients are currently admitted to hospitals. The government reported 345 new infections and 38 new deaths for June 27, pushing the cumulative total infections to 79,434 and deaths to 989.
The good news, and which we want you, the media, to pass on with that majority of the people who contract coronavirus actually recover from it.
Bernard Yiga, UGX News, Kampala.